Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to the second lesson of Al-Noorania Principle. In the second lesson, we're going to see the shape of the letter. As we mentioned, each letter has a name, shape, and pronunciation. The pronunciation is 16 different ways. We're going to take them through the lessons. The shape of the letter, which is the second part after the name, it differs if the letter is in the beginning, middle, or at the end. So we're going to start now. So let's start now with the shape of the different letter. So this was the first lesson. So these are the names of the letters. So let's start with each letter now. What is the shape? So there is 6 letters that the following letter is not attached to them. So when we write Arabic, we write the letters attached to each other. So each word, the letters are attached to each other. However, there are 6 letters that the following letter is not attached to them, which is the Alif, the Dal, the Dal, the Ra, the Za, and the Waw. So these 6 letters, the following letter is not attached to them. Again, Alif, Dal, Dal, Ra, Za, and Waw. So these 6 letters, the following letter is not attached to them. And this is very important. Okay, the Hamza, usually it's nothing is attached to it. However, the Hamza comes in a different way, and we're going to speak about that later on. So 6 letters: Alif, Dal, Dal, Ra, Za, and Waw. The next letter is not attached to them. The following letters, all the other letters, the following letter to them can be attached to them. So let's start with the ba, ta, and tha, and ya. When they come in the beginning or in the middle, so the ba, ta, and tha comes like this. So when there's in the beginning, it looks like this. If there's 1 dot below, that's ba. If there's 2 dots, it's ya. If there is 2 dots above, it's ta. And if there is 3 dots above, that's tha. Okay, the ba, ta, and tha at the end will come like this. So it becomes like more of a dish, looks like a dish. And then the same thing, 1 dot below is ba, 1 dot, 2 dots above it's ta, and 3 dots above is tha. And of course, if it's attached to the letter before it, it will have a line here connecting it to the letter the letter before it. So these are these letters: the ba, the ta, and the tha, and the ya. In the beginning or in the start, they look like this. At the end, they look like dish, and depending on the dots above and below. The ya at the end looks a little bit different, so it will look like this. It's like 2 curves. Okay, so this is the ya at the end. Sometimes it comes like this, but most of the time it comes like this. The dal, ra, za, and say, all this, as we said, they look the same. Uh, they look the same in the beginning. Uh, uh, Now we come for the sod and dod. So in the beginning, they will look like this. This is the sod, and this is the dot, 1 dot above. So they look the same with the dot. At the end, they will look like this. This is the sod and the dot, and then ta and va is the ta like this. And of course, if it's in the middle, you will connect. This is the same. If it's in the middle, you will connect it by a line to the letter before it. The va is the same thing with the dot. And then the ta and the va at the end, they look exactly like the beginning. So there is no difference. Ain and Ghain. In the beginning, Ain look like this. Ghain will look like this with a dot. Uh, at the end, they will look like this. They will look like this, and then if there is a dot, it will become ghain. One thing with the ayn and the ghain, sometimes in the middle of the word, I'm sorry, in the middle of the word, it will look like this. We put it like this. So sometimes it will look like this, but most of the time in the middle, it will look like uh, this shape here. And notice this one will be above the line, okay? Because if it's below the line, it's going to be meme. So the ayn and ghain, sometimes in the middle, they have a different shape than the beginning. So this is the beginning, this is the middle, and this is the end. The fa is very easy. It goes like this, and in the middle, it will become like this. So you may say, oh, this looks like rain. No, the ghain, if it's in the middle, it will look like this. But the fa, it looks like this. So there is always a space here. So there is area empty. Here, there is no area empty, and it's more like this, not a circle like this. So two things to differentiate between the fa and the gha. The qaf is similar. It looks like this with two dots. Okay, and in the middle it will look like so it will be like this. It will look like this here in the middle. Okay, again, this does not look like Ghain. Uh, First of all, there's two dots, and then there is empty space here, and it's a circle. So this is fa, qaf. Kaf comes with different shapes. Sometimes it comes like this, and in the middle will come like this. Kaf sometimes comes like this, so you elongate this line a little bit, and if it's in the middle, it will come like this, and at the end, it will look like this. Lam is in the beginning, it will come like this, and in the middle, it looks the same, and then at the end, it looks like this. So this is the kaf lam. The meme in the big start will look like this. In the middle, it will look like this. So it's at the below, and there is no dots. Sometimes it's written like this, and so it will look like this. So some people confuse the meme with the ayn. The ayn looks like this. Okay, so it's more of this. This is like the meme. This is the meme here. This is the meme, and this is the ayn. Okay. And at the end, it comes sometimes like this and sometimes like this. You may say, "Oh, why is all that? Why is different shapes?" It's actually the Quran is lettered in calligraphy. So if you, for example, see the Quran in the written like by the computer, it will be a little bit easier. It will be only like the first and the start of the shape of the letters. But with the calligraphy, sometimes it ends like this, sometimes it ends like this. It's all just some sort of beauty in the writing. I know it may cause some confusion in the beginning, but believe me, with the time, with the practice, it will be the easiest thing. You will have no problem learning the what letter when you see it. So the meme looks like this, in the middle looks like this, at the end it can look like this or this. Remember, this is meme. Also, sometimes we wrote like this. However, this is ayn. Okay, don't confuse the meme with the ayn. After that comes the noon. Noon is very easy, similar to ba, ta, tha, and ya in the beginning and the first. So this is noon. Again, to review, this is ba, this is ta, this is ya, and this is tha. So they are all look the same, but the number of the dots and the position is different. This is in the beginning. In the middle, you will just draw a line here. Remember, sometimes in the beginning, if it's followed by jim, ha, or kha, it will be written like this. Okay, so this will be the ya, noon, ta, tha, or ya, and this will be ha, kha, or jim. We said that these letters, the ba, ta, and the tha, will end like this. The ya, we said, ends like this. Noon will end like this. At the end of the word, it will look like this. Okay, so now we took all the letters to noon. Ha, ha in the beginning will look like this. In the middle will be one of two options, like this or like this. And at the end will be one of two options, like this or like this. I know ha is a little bit hard, but um, it's a tough letter, but in the beginning it looks like this. Middle will look one of these two. At the end it looks like this. Remember, the meme looks like this. Okay, so this is ha. These two are ha, and this is meme. This is beginning, middle, and the end. There is something called ta marbuta, which is basically the same for in the pronunciation, the same as ta. The ta marbuta is the same as the ha at the end. The ta marbuta only comes at the end. It's a letter that comes only at the end. It looks like ha, and but it has two dots. And whenever if we're going to stop at that word, this is like the last sentence, we will convert the ta al marbuta to ha. So the ta and the ha in the pronunciation, if it's at the end, if you're going to stop, it's actually interchangeable. You make it ha. If you're going to continue, you pronounce it as ta. And we will see examples for that. So this is called ta, if it has dots, it has called ta marbuta. Remember that ta al marbuta only comes at the end of the word. When we discussed the name of the letters, there was no letters that called ta marbuta. Because again, it's only at the end. It's not a full letter. It doesn't come in every. It cannot come in the beginning or at the middle. It only comes at the end. And if you decided to stop at that word, you're going to pronounce it as ha. We will see again examples for that. Wow is very easy because beginning, middle, and the end, it looks the same. And then the ya we discussed the ya before. In the beginning, it looks like this. In the middle, you will just draw a line. And then at the end, it looks like that. Sometimes we just draw it like that, like reverse of this. So this is how we get all the shapes of the letter. Now let's do the exercises that are in the book. Now, after we talked about the shape of all letters, now let's take that second lesson and see how to put the letters together and apply that ways of the shape of the letter that I showed you in the beginning on this lesson, which is the second lesson or الدرس الثاني. So, Alif, Lam Alif, Lam Alif. So if you see these two are Lam Alif, and this is the way to write Lam Alif here. So if nothing is connected to the lam alif here, we can use this way, which is exactly similar to this way. It's just different way of different shape. And if it's connected to the letter before, you have to use this way. So this way and this way can be used if there is nothing attached to it. But if there is something attached to it, you will have to use this way, which is this way with the connection. This way and this way are basically, and this way are just different ways of writing lam alif. So alif, lam alif, lam alif, ba alif, lam alif, lam, lam alif, lam ha. If you notice, I told you before that the ha, jim, and kha, the letter that comes before them, usually that happens with the ba, ya, ta, tha, noon. It comes like this, but it can be with other letters with the lam that it's not common to write it like this, but it may be like this. So this is the lam ha. It's just a way like you connect the letter if it's the first letter or if it's not connected with anything before it. I wouldn't be too much concerned with this. It doesn't come that often. Lam alif, ba lam ba. كاف 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 باء كاف باء كاف ألف كاف ألف. So if you see, these are all ways of to write the ka, and this is in the beginning, and this is how it looks at the end. كاف ألف با كا با كاف تا تا كاف تا. So all this will show you how to write the ba, ta, ya, tha, noon in the beginning and at the end. Ba, ta, tha, noon, ya, ba alif, نون ألف تاء ألف يا ألف ثاء ألف با سين يا سين نون سين تا سين ثا سين. So these, how to put the sin at the end, and if you put dots it will be sheen. And the first letters are the ba, ya, noon, ta, tha. As we said, they all look the same. The only way differentiating between them are the dots. So the ba, the ya, the noon, the ta, the tha, and the ta all have the same shape in the beginning and in the middle. They differs a little bit at the end. Pa and ta and tha looks like this. The noon looks like this, and ya like this at the end. Tha jim, ta ha, noon kha, ya ha, ba jim. So the jim, ha, and kha all look this shape at the end, differs only the dots. Ya mim, ba mim, noon mim, ta mim, tha mim. So this is the shape of the mim at the end. It can be like this, or you can go down. Again, this is only differs because it's the calligraphy and it's written with some degree of beauty. If you use the computer, it will always go like this for down. Ba ya, ya, noon ya, ta ya, tha ya. So all this to show you the shape of the ya at the end, and the letter if it comes before them, all the ba, ya, the noon, ta, and the tha, and the ya all look the same in the beginning, just the dots, number of dots above or below. Noon, ba, lam, ta, noon, lam, با يا لام يا تا لام ثا لام نون با نون. So this will show you how the shape of the lamb in the beginning, and again that goes with the letter the ya, the ta, the ba, the tha in the middle and in the beginning. Noon ba noon. با نون نون تا يا نون يا تا نون ثا نون. So these are to show you again how's the noon when it comes at the end. We talked extensively about the ba, ya, noon, ta, and tha when it becomes in the beginning or the middle. They always look the same except the dot. Jim, ha, kha, that's how it looks at the end. Ha, tha, kha, ba, jim, ta, ta, ha, ta. Ya jim ba, ba khata. So all this, as we said, this is how the ha and kha and jim look in the beginning or in the middle, and this is how the other letters look at the end, ba and ba and da. And then we talked, if you remember, about the ha and the tal marbuta. I told you that the tal marbuta looks exactly like the ha. However, there is two dots in the tal marbuta. The tal marbuta only comes at the end of the word. It doesn't come in the middle or in the beginning, and it's not like a full letter. When you stop at the word, you will convert it to a ha again. But that's how it looks. So it looks exactly the ha and the tal marbuta looks exactly the same with dots on the ta. So ta, ha, ba, ta, ya, ha, ta, ha, noon, ta, ha, ya, ha, ba, ba, ha, alif, ba, ha, mim. So this is the shape of the ha. You can see here in the middle, or it can look like this, or it can look like this, or it can just go down as I showed you in the class. So this is in the beginning. In the front, it looks like this. At the end, it can look either like this or like this. So again, the ha in the middle. That's how it look, or it can be just only the lower part. The ha in the beginning looks like this. At the end, it looks like this. And again, or like this. If you put dots above it, or it can be looks like this if nothing is connected to it. So if the letter before it is one of the 6 letters that's not connecting, alif, dal, dal, ra, zin, or wow, it will look like this. So that's the shapes of the hair. It can look like this if nothing is connected to it, or it can look like this, or it can look like this. And if it dots come above it, it will convert it to ta. Here is in the beginning and here is in the middle. So end, 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 beginning, middle, middle. I know the ha has many ways to be written. Again, as I told you at the end of the exercises and when you practice, the shape of the letter will never be a problem, inshallah. Dal, dal, we said that the dal and dal, they don't connect with the letter after it. It looks the same beginning, middle, or the end. Jim, dal, kha, dal, ra, za. Again, the ra and the za are similar, just the dot. They look in the same beginning, middle, or end. They are not connected with the letter after it. Jim, ra, kha, za, ra, za. So it looks similar, but this is just if it's connected to something before it, you just connect it from here, and it will look like a smooth entry like this. Yeah, ra, ta, za. So this is the letter before it. It was just, instead of having that dot here, it was just written like this. It's just source of, as I said, calligraphy with some beauty in it. So instead of having it looks like this, so instead of looking, it looks like this. It just now converted to become looking like this, for example, okay, or looking like this. So you converted so that it becomes looking like this, or like this if you want to put the dot above. So instead of going like this, I'm sorry, instead of going like this, the letter and then the ra or za, you just do it like this. Seen, sheen, seen, lamb, sheen, lamb. So this is how it looks at the end. This is in the middle or in the front. Sad, dad, ta, va, sad, ba, ta, ba, dad, ba, dad, alif, va, alif. So all of this, the ta and the va looks the same, middle or end, or the last part, the sod and the dot. This is look at the end, and this is look in the front, in the beginning or in the middle. Now, ayn, ghayn. This is how it looks at the end. In the beginning, it looks like this. Hamza, ayn, za, ghayn, ra, صاد عين ضاد غين باء عين دال تاء غين ذال همزة همزة Hamza. So the Hamza, as you see, can come just like this without anything, or it can above Alif, or it can come above, Wow, or it can come above Yeah. It doesn't make any difference. It will always be pronounced as Hamza. So either it comes without anything or it comes over these 3 letters, it's always going to be pronounced as Hamza. Fa, Qaf, Wow, Qaf, wow, fa, wow. So this is the difference between the qaf and the fa, 2 dots or 1 dot. This is in the beginning. In the middle, it will be connected to the letter like this. Fa, qaf, lam, qaf, fa, lam. So this is in the beginning, this is in the middle, this is in the beginning, this is in the middle, and this is at the end. And the fa at the end, there is no example for, yeah, it looks here like this is the fa. Yeah, fam. So beginning, beginning, middle, middle, beginning, end. And this is how it looks at the end, the qaf. Meme, meme, that's what I told you, the end, the shape at the end. Hamim, lam meme, tamim, تا ميم تا. So by this we came to the end of our second lesson, which shows you the shape of the letter. Again, I know it's too much information, and I'm pretty sure you're overwhelmed, but again, it's not that hard when we start the practice. It will keep coming, and we will keep practicing them, and it will be much easier, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.